Hello everyone, and welcome to my Y and R American TV show official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless teasers and updates disclose Chance Chancellor has come upon a startling revelation in Daniel Romalotti Jr.'s apartment. This revelation might ultimately exonerate Sharon Newman, so let's go into the consequences of this result. In a rigorous forensic investigation, Chance discovered what looked like an octopus bookend stained with blood, which showed up under luminol. The blood patterns matched those found on the back of Heather's head, prompting Chance to assume this could be the murder weapon. However, it's vital to remember that Y&R has seemingly absolved Sharon of any participation in Heather's death. While Sharon is undoubtedly guilty of the cover-up and framing Daniel, it's quite doubtful she was responsible for Heather's awful destiny. After regaining consciousness from a blackout, Sharon was shocked to see Heather deceased on the floor. Based on Chance's findings, it's evident that the murder weapon had been cleaned and returned to its spot on the shelf. It seems odd that Sharon would have assaulted Heather, then taken the effort to wipe down the bookend and place it back on the shelf. If Sharon was genuinely in a dissociative condition during her blackout, it's unlikely she would have considered disguising her behavior at that moment. After all, Heather's body was still lying on the floor. The cleanup didn't happen until later, and the bookend wasn't displayed. If Sharon were genuinely responsible, she would have awakened to discover the bookend, either beside Heather's lifeless body or possibly in her own hand. Given that the bookend was cleansed, there ought to have been a bleeding towel for Sharon to uncover, and yet there wasn't, and Heather was already dead on the floor. Sharon didn't begin the cleaning process until after she regained consciousness from her blackout. Her blackout isn't shielding her from feelings of guilt over the occurrences. Rather, it has convinced Sharon that she is guilty owing to her inability to recall everything. It appears that Sharon's blackout serves more as a narrative device for the show, giving a gap where another criminal could have been accountable for the occurrence. Sharon's failure to recall anything about this bookend raises major suspicions and warns that a dangerous criminal may still be at free. Young and the Restless teasers claim that Amy Lewis is slated to return to Genoa City the week of October 28. Lewis was a character from the 1980s, and actress Valerie Pettiford has been recast in the part, as most of the characters she once interacted with are off the canvas. Many fans are scratching their heads as to why Amy is making a reappearance. A&R spoilers remind readers that Amy was once linked with Nate Hastings Sr., Nate Hastings' father. There's always a potential that she had a child off the canvas, but never notified anyone. She recently reached out to Nate, and the two met, although she didn't quite specify the cause for their meeting. Could it be that she was sizing the doctor-turned-executive up for larger news? This past summer, Soap Hub reported on a casting call where the Y&R was looking for a tall and gorgeous black male in his mid-40s for a possible contract part. Nothing else was disclosed after the casting call, but this new probable character could be Nate's mystery brother. Amy has gone years without telling Nate Jr. or Nate Sr. about her son. Either way, it seems like Nate could have an unknown brother. But why reach out to him now? Could Amy's illegitimate child have a health concern that only a sibling could offer help with? Maybe a bone marrow or a liver/kidney transplant is needed, and Amy is struggling to find a viable donor. She may not have wanted to shock Nate out at their initial visit, and Lewis could have also wanted to gauge the kind of personality Nate has. Maybe she even asked him questions like whether he worked out, if he maintained a healthy lifestyle, to determine if he could be a prospective transplant donor. Is Amy reaching out to Nate for a possible transplant? The Young and the Restless spoilers claim that Sheila Carter is a former resident of Genoa City, and now a wild plot twist could bring her back home. Of course, Sheila has some adversaries in Genoa City, but it's not like she is worried about them. However, Sharon Newman just may be the way to reintroduce Sheila to Genoa City. The Young and the Restless spoilers claim that Sheila swears she has changed since she met Deacon Sharp. Sheila hasn't been her regular wicked self. Sharon is doing plenty of that for both of them, considering she just killed Heather Stevens and is framing Daniel Romalotti for her murder. Sharon has gone through a lot and hasn't exactly bounced back like she should have. Sharon has been off the rails for weeks and she just keeps digging in deeper. Sharon is also listening to the voice of Cameron Kirsten in her brain, and he has her doing horrible things like trying to poison Daniel and killing Heather. Sheila has shot practically everyone in her sphere at one point or another. However, Sheila can walk out of prison and resurface somewhere else a transformed lady. At least that is what she maintains now that she is in LA. Of course, Sheila credits Deacon Sharp for saving her life, since she has actually met someone who loves her and wants her around. It certainly seems as though the writers have reborn Sheila in Sharon's body. Once Sharon gets help for her mental troubles, she will likely be accepted straight back into society like nothing ever happened after a while. But how is Daniel and his daughter supposed to forget what Sheila has done? It appears that this will work out like Sheila's dealings with the Forresters and the Logans. Certain people will steer clear while others will realize that Sharon was sick and none of this was truly her fault. Of course, crazier things happen on soaps all the time. There could be another twist to this as well. It certainly seems as though the writers have reborn Sheila in Sharon's body. Once Sharon gets help for her mental troubles, she will likely be accepted straight back into society like nothing ever happened after a while. But how is Daniel and his daughter supposed to forget what Sheila has done? It appears that this will work out like Sheila's dealings with the Forresters and the Logans. Certain people will steer clear while others will realize that Sharon was sick and none of this was truly her fault. Of course, crazier things happen on soaps all the time. There could be another twist to this as well. Since Lucy Romalotti is Sheila's granddaughter, Sheila herself could travel to town to confront Sharon. Phyllis Summers is determined to get to the bottom of this, and she is confident that Sharon is framing Daniel. Could Phyllis and Sheila team up to get even with Sharon? Keep watching and see what occurs. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comment below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I will see you guys next time.